The second conditional is also known as the present unreal, or it's present and it's contrary to fact. This means that it's not true. What would happen if your, and then this would be someone perhaps related to you, what would happen if your mother or father suddenly died? What would happen if it didn't rain? What would happen if you got sick? All of these are imaginary problems for the present. These are all things that could possibly happen now, but they're all imaginary in the present. Here's a present situation. This is true today. I don't have much time today to talk about some sort of a present possibility. I'll start with if. If I had time, I would go. If I had time, I would go to the store. After if, the main verb is in the past tense. This indicates that I don't have time now. And the second part of the sentence uses would, and then the simple form for this verb. If I had time, I would go to the store. I don't have time, and so I won't go to the store. We can change this situation from negative to affirmative and say, I have time today. And then this will change. If this is affirmative, then this will change to if I didn't have time, I wouldn't go to the store. If I didn't have time, I wouldn't go to the store. This matches the situation. I have time today. This sentence is in the present unreal conditional or second conditional. Notice that after if, this verb is in the past tense, but the situation is the present. This part of the sentence uses a modal verb such as would. It's often would, but could is a possibility, or might, or a few others. And then this is in the simple form after the modal verb. This is another reason why we often use would. When you want to talk about situations that are not true in the present, then you're using the second conditional. Or you can call it the present unreal, or present contrary to fact. If he didn't take the bus, he would walk to work. Here's the negative in the past tense. This indicates that he takes the bus to work now. Here is the possibility if he didn't take the bus. So here's the condition, and this is the result. He would walk to work. Neither of these things happen in the present. These are only imaginary. If they ate better food, they would be healthier. Here's the verb in the past tense, and then here's would and be. You could also begin with they. They would be healthier if they ate better food. Here's another present situation. Tom is not here. If he were here, this is the verb be, he would help us with this, whatever this is. After the pronoun he, the verb is in the past tense, but it's were. Normally, you would use was. Whenever you hear a sentence begin like this, then you know it's in the second conditional for a present situation that is not true. If I were, if you were, if he were, if she were, if it were. These all indicate some sort of a present, unreal condition. Today is Sunday. If it, this is today, were Monday, I would be at school right now. It's about 11:30 in the morning, and normally I'm at school teaching classes on a Monday. But today is Sunday. If it were Monday, I would be at school right now. Questions for the present conditional unreal are often asked like this. What would you do if, and then you could change this subject to another person, of course, but let's use you. What would you do if you lost your keys? Notice that the verb is in the past tense, but the situation is for right now. What would you do if you needed a ride? If you didn't have a car and you needed a ride, what would you do? Or what would you do if you didn't have a home? This is negative. So what would you do to deal with this kind of a situation? Remember that all of these situations are imaginary for the present, for right now. So these things are not true now, but you can consider the possibility of these things happening now. How would you learn English if you didn't have YouTube? You do have YouTube right now, but how would you learn English if you didn't have YouTube? If I didn't have, this is negative past tense for the present situation. If I didn't have YouTube, I would learn English from a book. We often use the second conditional for wild speculation or present speculation. These things are not likely to be true, ever. If I had $1 million, and then after that, I would, and then explain, and then indicate what you would do. I would, if I were rich, which I'm not, I would, and then whatever the action is. If I were you, which I'm not, I, and then something after it. Often you'll hear somebody say, if I were you, I wouldn't do that. This is a form of advice. I'm not you, and I won't do that. Another way to study the second conditional is to compare it to the zero or first conditional. Remember that the zero conditional is used for present situations that are true. If my car works, this is in the present tense, I drive it. So this is true and this is true. For the first conditional, this is for a future situation or the near present. If my car works, I will drive it. And in the second conditional, this is for present unreal situations. If my car worked, this verb is in the past tense, I would drive it. This indicates that neither of these is true now. My car doesn't work, and I don't drive it now. But if my car worked, I would drive it. You could also replace the verb work with run. If my car runs, and here, if my car ran. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can also visit my website at EnglishForThePlanet.com. There you'll find free English lessons and exercises.